My name is Kade Carver. Most people just call me Kade. I am from Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. I'm 33 years old. I'm in my Jesus year. As an artist, like the art that I create, visually, I'm drawn really to like a lot of pop art, cartoon, animation type things, or just like really dynamic line work. I play in a band, host an open mic night, play a lot of different instruments, but I feel like the strongest thing that I have musically is like my ear. I've just kind of been doing it as long as I can remember, like as long as I've been able to hold a pencil, I've been drawing. And I started doing violin lessons when I was 4 years old. So like I've been reading music for longer than I've been reading English. My grandmother plays violin, but that was not the reason that I started on violin. It was actually because I went to the mall. It was the Whitehall Mall in Whitehall, Pennsylvania. At one point there was a bluegrass band and there was some actual kid, like an elementary school kid, who was just shredding on the fiddle. And I was like, I want to do that. It was so cool. I started violin, but they put you like right into classical music. So I ended up quitting because I didn't get to play the kind of music that I wanted to, which was bluegrass and folk music, the things that made me excited about it. I started playing trumpet in 4th grade for band.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did that all the way through high school, took every music elective that I could. We had a music production class, I took that.
You know, just anything that was musical I wanted to do. I had started teaching myself guitar like the summer after 5th grade, and me and my best friend at the time decided we wanted to teach ourselves how to play guitar and be in a band and be rock stars or whatever. That friend went to a different high school, so I went to college for music education. I started taking a French horn class because I just had to learn how to play different instruments for the music ed major. I asked the horn teacher if I could minor in French horn, and she was like, actually, you play well enough. You don't have to audition. I've heard you play. You can be a horn major. I joined a women's music fraternity called Sigma Alpha Iota.
What are your artistic influences?
I was born in 91, so a lot of the sounds of the 90s, whether that's that kind of drum machine that's going throughout 90s pop, like Alanis Morissette, some of the grunge and stuff like that. Bands were more ubiquitous at the time. You know, you had solo pop artists, but it wasn't like everyone was a solo act. You know, you had the aughts when emo music came around, more progressive sounds, more kind of like infusing pop and rock and stuff. Carole King, Joni Mitchell, Carly Simon really, really holds up.
Where do you find inspiration?
From other people. The closer they are to me, the more I'm inspired by them. For example, yes, I'm inspired by Maggie Rogers, or yes, I'm inspired by like Julie Andrews, or any of those people, but they're like so far away from me, my friends, and the people who I see day to day being artists and doing art. The more I realize how hard it is sometimes to even just force yourself to do art. And I admire the people who decide to do it, regardless of how quote-unquote good it is. To do art is to explore your humanity on a level that we maybe just like can't describe otherwise or explore otherwise, because it's like beyond words. It's vibration. Music is just vibrations in the air around us. So I think that that's a really interesting way in which it physically connects us together. When I'm really motivated to create is when I am the most sure that I have something to say and I know how I want to say it. But like when I'm depressed, when I'm sad, when I'm in a rut, that's not when I do my best creation. I feel I create the best when I'm rested and when I feel loved and when I feel happy. I've been able to write and create more protest art and music because I'm feeling confident in my anger instead of just feeling kind of like vaguely angry at everything. When I do art about it, I explore those feelings, which makes me understand them more, which makes me more confident with them, which makes me want to do more art. But I think I don't know, I'm just motivated by the good things in my life in that way.
What genre of music do you play?
It's somewhere in the rock sphere, somewhere a little alt, a little emo. I'm Dave Grohl now.
Speakeasy Sessions is an open mic night that happens monthly at Baxter Speakeasy. It is meant to be a queer and woman-focused space because a lot of open mic nights are not. A lot of them can just feel awkward because it can feel really othering to be someone who wants to go up and sing a song about your queerness. And also, you just can't do that in every bar in Ohio. Where you're not tokenized, where it's not like weird, you're the focus rather than the exception. I really wanted it to be a place that's like really encouraging of all different skill levels. And I also really like the idea of having all different art forms. We have people who come in and do poetry and stuff, and that's fantastic. I would love to get some classical musicians in there. I'd love to get more comedians, theater people doing like monologues and stuff. I'd love to get dancers, just like anything that can be performed for each other, just in a space where you get to practice performing. Like, I've become a better performer since.
You're in a band.
Yes, I am in a band. It's called Proper Faces. I play rhythm guitar and co-lead sing with my friends Steven, Chris, and Eli. I feel really lucky to be doing music with them. They're all excellent musicians and just like the nicest people. You can check us out on Bandcamp. It's just Proper Faces, the way it sounds. We have 3 demos there that you can check out. And if you like us, I don't know, it's just a fun time. You should come out and see us if we're around sometime. It's just really cool I feel like I'm living my like inner child dream, being in a rock band that feels like creatively fulfilling and isn't a stressful thing. It's not an ego trip. We're just all there to make music. Yeah. I think just the end a little bit, there was one like moment. I agree. Overall, I like it a lot.